about our need to reach out to people on the other side of the hill and people who might not already think of themselves as progressives. I think we can do that. I think the question is fairly simple. Do you believe that San Francisco, our city and our politics, is about helping our people to thrive and build lives and live here? Or do you believe it's about concentrating wealth in the hands of the people who already have the most of it? And that is a message that I think can resonate in any neighborhood in San Francisco. And before John got in his race, I'm a political person. I was very depressed. You know, I was thinking about November. I was thinking, what am I going to do? There's no one in this race who's speaking for me. And John, one of the most important things that a political leader can do is give a voice to people who need a voice in politics, and that's what you're doing for us. Thank you. But it's also important to win. And we want you to win, John. We don't just want you to be our voice. We want you walking into City Hall as the mayor in January. And the people in this room have something to say about whether or not that happens. Yes. The things that you do today and tomorrow and in the next weeks will make a difference to what happens in November. And if you all mobilize and organize and get your friends active now, we can make an amazing, unbelievable, unexpected thing happen in November. We can win, and John can win, but you gotta start now. It will not work to start in October, okay? So here are some ways for you to start now. We have so many for you. One is, we want you to join our Facebook page. This is like the very least painful. You go home, you get on the Facebook, and you become a queer for Avalos. Very easy, right? Very easy. Here's another one that helps. You're walking out the door. You're walking out the door. You are not empty-handed. You are taking a house sign for yourself and for 5 of your neighbors, and you are going to go next door and you're going to ask everyone to put them up, right? We've already seen amazing Avalos signage all over the place. It makes me so happy. I never thought I would be happy to see orange and black signs. But actually, John Avalos, you have saved these colors for me. You've made it possible for me to be proud of the Giants and of orange and black. Thank you, John. So take signs. You also need, John, this is an amazing campaign. There have been candidates who have been running for a year, more, longer. Some people declared months ago. People are having trouble raising money. Now, it is not easy to raise money in these times, but John announced like about a month and a half ago, and over that time, because everybody's working really hard, this campaign, John's campaign, got enough money together for a progressive campaign to file for public financing on, I think, the same day or the day after David Chu. Okay? That's pretty extraordinary. But it's going to cost a lot of money, and he needs a lot more. And each of your dollars that you contribute, once he qualifies, I believe gets matched 4 to 1. So if you write a $25 check, that's $100 to John's campaign. If you write a $10 check, it's $40. If you write a $500 check, you are giving John Avalos $2,000 and getting him that much closer. Take an envelope, give him money, and do it today, because early money is like yeast. You need the money now, all right? So that's the money part. Don't forget. 3 more things I want to ask of you. The first is, I believe John will be the queer community's choice for mayor in November, right? And you all believe that, right? Because queers believe in the vision of San Francisco that John and David Campos are talking about, right? Yes. The trouble is that the queers don't all know yet that John Avalos is their choice for mayor. And there's a couple of ways that we need to help communicate that to them. And one of them comes in a couple of weeks. It's Pride. It's gay Christmas, right? Or Hanukkah, or whatever. Queer Christmas. And we want John to have a huge presence at Pride. And that only happens if you all sign up to march with him and you all go out and get 25 of your friends. So you will note on the window on your way out, there's a sign. It says, yes, I will march with John at Pride. John Avalos is the most important thing going on in San Francisco this year. There's no one else to march with. You need to march with John, or I will be very upset. And you need to get lots of other people to march with him. So sign up, give us your email, your phone, and remember, that Sunday, you're waking up a little early, you're going to come down, we'll give you bagels, and you're going to march with him. All right, that's good. Now, next up, you may have heard of the Harvey Milk LGBT Democratic Club, right? The leading progressive queer club, well, the leading progressive club in San Francisco and the leading queer club in San Francisco. And it is an important way to communicate with progressive queer voters about who they are supposed to vote for, right? There's a lot of trust within the Milk Club. Now the trouble is, and this always happens at elections, that there are people who might not be progressive, right? But they know that it's important to either get the Milk Club for themselves or to block the progressive candidate from getting it. And they pour their friends, their employees, anyone into the Milk Club. And that's happening this year. A number of other campaigns are joining their people, are showing up for meetings. You walk into a Harvey Milk Club meeting and you're not sure who these people are. They're not people who've been involved with the club forever. The people in this room need to become the Harvey Milk Club. As you are walking, before you leave, Mark Snyder here wants you to make a relatively modest investment in civic life in San Francisco. Pay the $10 if you're low income, or $30 if you can afford a little bit more, and join the Harvey Milk Club. If you feel guilty about it, don't. There are dozens of city attorneys joining for Dennis Herrera, and there are dozens of other people joining for Leland Yee, and John needs to get the Milk Club, and this room needs to ensure that that happens. So get one of these membership forms. And finally, you need to volunteer. You need to give your time. You need to get out in the next month. How long do you have to gather signatures till?
July 28th.
All right, so before July 28th, you need to have how many signatures?
10,096 valid signatures.
10,096 valid signatures. The man needs 15,000 signatures. Can you people get him 15,000 signatures, please? Yes! All right. Well, then you need to let the campaign know on the sign-in sheet that you are willing to volunteer. And Queers for Avalos, here's why to get on the Facebook. Queers for Avalos will give you opportunities to come show up. This weekend, you can show up at 18th and Castro, I think, on Sunday between 11 and 2. And if there's too many of you there, we'll send you other places. And you can go, how else can people find out how to volunteer?
They can take signature forms right now.
They can get signature forms right now. Go out and get them from your neighbors. You can go home, take a signature form, and bring it back to the campaign. Sarah's going to help you with that. Wave, Sarah. Sarah's amazing. Sarah's great. And Nate Miller is great. Nate Miller, awesome Nate Miller. Thank you, Nate Miller. And what do you want from them, Nate?
We have the forms right here.
Right.
It's very easy.
The boy wants to get rid of these things. He's got a lot of paper. He needs to move it out of his hands and into your hands and into the hands of your neighbors. So take some of his paper.
We can do bar crawls.
And we can do the queers can do bar crawls. There's, what else is going on?
If you want to do a bar crawl, make sure you sign up as a volunteer. It's coming up in the next couple weeks.
Okay, so Tom Temprano, amazing party promoter and organizer of this event. Thank you, Tom Temprano. He is going to take you off on fun bar crawls. That's going to be fun, but he has a thing he wants you to sign up for that. So look for Tom if you want to go on bar crawls. I think, house parties. Have a house party for John. Get some of your neighbors to come meet him. And just make a really important, this is such an important thing. This city has never had, we can have fights on whether it has or has not, but this city has not often had a true progressive mayor. A mayor who really speaks for the values of San Francisco rather than the values of the most privileged people in San Francisco. And John can be that person, and it would make a huge difference in all of our lives and the lives of people who don't even know this is happening. And so you can do it. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the co-hosts. I want to thank the amazing campaign people, folks like Nate and Heather Box and Francis Shea who helped out with this. I want to thank Anna Perez. Thank you, Anna, who helped organize us as Queers for Avalos, Peter Galata, Mark Snyder, Tom Soprano. Everybody here is so great. I'm so glad to see all of you here, and I'm so glad that you're going to elect John Avalos mayor.
Let's give it up for Rafael. He's the most huggable person in this room. Actually, he said I was the most huggable person running for mayor.
The huggable mayor.
And Rafael's been working really hard on this campaign. I am so honored to have your support, and thank you so much. Rafael woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday so we can go to the AIDS Life Cycle Ride. I know he's committed to this, and I just want to thank you so much for all that you're doing. And your leadership is going to grow and continue to grow in this city. It's beautiful. Thank you.